beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look in the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow.
Well, happy holidays, everyone. This is Roy Short, and today I'll pay tribute to my favorite Christmas movies. This is a tough one because there are so many of them to choose from, but let's give it a go.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows and toasting, and caroling out in the snow.
There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the
In May of 1940, Irving Berlin signed an exclusive contract with Paramount Pictures to write songs for a film based on his idea of an inn that opened only on public holidays. Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire were the stars of Holiday Inn, with support from Marjorie Reynolds and Virginia Dale. Holiday Inn had its premiere at the New York Paramount Theater August 4, 1942, and it was the highest-grossing film musical up to that time. It was expected that Be Careful, It's My Heart would be the big song from the movie, and while that song did very well, it was White Christmas that topped the charts in October 1942 and stayed there for 11 weeks. Another Berlin song, Happy Holidays, is featured over the opening credits and within the film's storyline. The film received a 1943 Academy Award for Best Original Song, as well as Academy Award nominations for Best Original Story, both by Irving Berlin.
Here she comes down the street.
I'll admit my defeat
I've won my hot toddy.
over my scarred body.
I knew that I'd win singing.
But wait until she gets a load of your dancing.
We'll stay at the inn singing.
All by myself, I'll have to stick to my dancing.
Oh, no, my friend, I'm here to end your dancing trouble and strife.
Oh, this will be fun. Miss Hit and Run has come back into my life.
We'll stay at the inn.
We'll have to begin singing, dancing.
We've each other to cling to. You'll be easy to sing to.
And you're easy to dance with.
So let the old year die with a fond goodbye and our hopes as high as a kite. How can our love go wrong? Please start the
Clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Sing, sing, sing went my heartstrings as we started for Huntington Dell. Chug, chug, chug went the...
Meet Me in St. Louis is a musical divided into a series of seasonal vignettes, starting with summer 1903 and leading up to the opening of the World's Fair in the spring of 1904. The picture stars Judy Garland and was directed by Vincent Minnelli, who met Garland on the set and later married her. Meet Me in St. Louis was a massive critical and commercial success. During its original theatrical release, it earned $6.5 million, resulting in a profit of $2.5 million for MGM. Garland debuted the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which became a big hit after the film was released, and the song was intended to comfort little Margaret O'Brien after her parents told her she would be leaving St. Louis and moving to New York.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas
It's a Wonderful Life was produced and directed by Frank Capra, based on a short story, The Greatest Gift, published in 1945. The film is among the most popular in American cinema, and because of numerous television showings in the 1980s, it has become traditional viewing during the Christmas season. It stars Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey, a man who has given up his own dreams in order to help others, and whose imminent suicide on Christmas Eve brings about the intervention of his guardian angel, Clarence. Clarence shows George all the lives he has touched and how different life in his community of Bedford Falls would have been if he had never been born. Despite initially performing poorly because of high production costs and stiff competition at the time, the film has become regarded as a classic. It's a Wonderful Life is one of the most acclaimed films ever made, too, praised particularly for its writing. It was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and has been recognized by the American Film Institute as one of the 100 best American films ever made. Frank Capra also revealed that the film was his personal favorite among all those that he directed, adding that he screened it every year for his family during the Christmas season. In this scene, George happily realizes that he's not dead after all, and rushes home to greet the bank examiners who wish to take away his property and send him to the jail.
Hey! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Happy New Year to you! In jail. Go on home. They're waiting for you. Mary! Mary!
Mary! Well, hello, Mr. Bank Examiner. How are...
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
I know, $8,000.
George, I've got a little paper.
I'll bet it's a warrant for my arrest. Isn't it wonderful? I'm going to jail. Merry Christmas. Reporters. Where's Mary? Mary! Oh, look at this wonderful old drafty house. Mary! 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 Have you seen my wife?
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
Kids! Pete! Oh. Kids! Janie! Janie! Tommy! Oh, let me look at you. Oh, I could eat you up. Where's your mother?
She went looking for you.
With Uncle Billy. Daddy!
Zuzu, my little ginger snap. How do you feel?
Fine. Not a smidge of temperature.
Not a smidge of... Hallelujah.
Hello. George! George,
Mary.
darling, where are
Mary.
you? George, darling, where are you? Oh, George, George, George.
Let me touch you. Are you real? Oh,
George.
You have no idea what's happened to me.
You've no idea what happened. Well, come on, George, come on downstairs. Quick, they're on their way.
All right.
Come on. Come on in here now. Now you stand right over here by the tree. Right there, and don't move. Don't move. What's happening? Oh, I hear them coming now. George, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Who's gonna come, Daddy? Who, Daddy?
Come in, Uncle Billy. Everybody in here.
George!
Is everything
anything like it? Isn't it wonderful? So many friends. Merry
Mary did it, George. Mary did it. She told some people you were in trouble, and they scattered all over town collecting money. Didn't ask any questions, just said George in trouble. And tell me,
What is this,
like it spread like spirit.
Another run on the bank? Here, George. Merry Christmas.
Now, don't push. There we are. The line forms on the right. The line forms on the right. Come on, coming, George. Merry Christmas. God bless you. Oh, Mr. Martini. Mr. Martini. Step right up here. You'll all get up. I busted the jukebox, too. Oh, Mr. Gower. I made the rounds of my charge accounts.
George, I changed my mind.
I've been saving this money for a divorce if ever I get a husband. Merry Christmas.
Here you are, George. You got the faculty all left out of it. Here's some beauty play with me.
I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Quiet, everybody. Quiet. Quiet. Now get this. It's from London.
Oh.
Mr. Gower cabled you need cash. Stop. My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Stop. Hee-haw and Merry Christmas, Sam Wainwright.
Miracle on 34th Street stars Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, Natalie Wood, and Edwin Gwynn. The story takes place between Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day in New York City and focuses on the impact of a department store Santa Claus who claims to be the real deal. The film has become another perennial Christmas favorite. It won Academy Awards for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Edwin Gwynn, Best Writing, Best Original Story, Best Screenplay, and was also nominated for Best Picture, but it lost to Gentleman's Agreement. In this scene, Santa must either submit to a competency hearing or be sent back to the nursing home.
What I'm trying to explain to you is, come in.
You said you wanted to see me, Mrs. Walker.
Come right in.
Hello there. Good to see you again.
It's nice to see you.
You're awfully lucky, Mrs. Walker. Lovely little girl you have here.
Thank you. And Susan's the reason I asked you to drop down. She's a little confused, and I thought maybe you could help to straighten her out.
I'll be glad to.
Would you please tell her that you're not really Santa Claus? That there actually is no such person?
Well, I'm sorry to disagree with you, Mrs. Walker, but not only is there such a person, but here I am to prove it.
No. You misunderstand. I want you to tell her the truth. What's your name?
Kris Kringle. I'll bet you're in the first grade.
Second.
I mean your real name.
That is my real name. Second grade?
It's a progressive school.
Oh, it's a progressive school.
May I have this gentleman's employment card, please?
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
This dress is very cute. Where did you get such a lovely outfit?
Here at Macy's, we get 10% off.
Please don't feel that you have to keep pretending for Susan's benefit. She's a very intelligent child and always wants to know the absolute truth.
Good, because I always tell the absolute truth. Now, about your school, what's the name of your teacher?
Mrs. Haney.
Mrs. Haney.
Here it is, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you.
What else do you do besides read and play games?
We have rest periods. 1/2 hour.
Oh, I don't suppose you care for that, eh?
No, we're not allowed to talk or anything. Tuesday, Chester Richards, he kept talking all the time.
My, that was bad, eh?
Yes, Mrs. Haney made him stay resting all alone for nearly an hour.
Susan, dear, would you go out and talk to Miss Adams for a minute, and I'll be right with you?
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye, young lady. Hope to see you again.
Thank you. I hope so, too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Kringle?
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to make a change.
Change?
The Santa Claus that we had 2 years ago is back in town, and I feel that we owe it to him.
Have I done something wrong?
Oh, no.
Your Honor, every one of these letters is addressed to Santa Claus. The post office has delivered them. Therefore, the Post Office Department, a branch of the federal government, recognizes this man, Kris Kringle, to be the one and only Santa Claus.
Since the United States government declares this man to be Santa Claus, this court will not dispute it. Case dismissed.
I've got to get that football helmet. Thank you so much, Your Honor, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kringle, and the same to you.
A Christmas Story is based on the short stories and semi-fictional anecdotes of the author Jean Shepherd. The film has become a holiday classic in the United States and is shown numerous times on television during the Christmas season, usually on networks owned by Turner. Since 1997, a marathon of the film titled 24 Hours of a Christmas Story has aired annually on TNT and or TBS, comprising 12 consecutive airings of the film on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day every year. Initially overlooked, A Christmas Story was released a week before Thanksgiving in 1983 to only moderate success, earning about $2 million in its first weekend. The film would go on to win 2 Genie Awards for Bob Clark's screenplay and direction. Gross earnings were just over $19.5 million.
What's your name, little boy?
Come on, Randy.
And what do you want for Christmas, Billy? A toy truck. Get him off my lap. He's wet to kids. Bye, Billy. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, I hate the smell of tapioca. Ho, ho. Attention, shoppers. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
9 o'clock. Great Scott, the store is going to close.
Santa can't wait all night. Let's go. Come on up on Santa's lap. Ho, ho, ho.
Get moving, kid. Quit dragging your feet.
Come up. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Up. Ho, ho, ho. Uh-oh. Get him out of here.
Come on, kid.
Ho, ho, ho.
Come on.
Come on up. Come on up. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Then what's your name, little boy?
Hey, kid. Hurry up. The store's closing.
Come on. Listen, little boy, we've got a lot of people waiting here, so get going.
What do you want for Christmas, little boy?
My mind had gone blank. Frantically, I tried to remember what it was I wanted. I was blowing it.
Come on, kid. How about a nice football?
Football? What's a football? Without conscious will, my voice squeaked out.
Football. Okay, get him out of here.
A football? Oh, no. What was I doing? Wake up, stupid. Wake up. No.
No, I want an officer right undercover knife and 200 rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
This movie's been made many times, of course, and this is the one that I like the best. This version was a television adaptation of Charles Dickens' famous 1843 novella of the same name. The film stars George C. Scott as Ebenezer Scrooge. The film has run in syndication from local American channels since its debut in 1984, and it's earned a very loyal fan base. On November 25, 2007, it was returned to national television on ABC for the first time since its debut, and the network continues to broadcast it every December. It remains one of the most beloved adaptations of this book.
Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit.
And the same to you, Mr. Fred.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. I said, Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. Surely you don't mean that.
I do. What's Christmas but a time for buying things for which you have no need, no money? Time for finding yourself a year older, not an hour richer. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Come now, Uncle.
Neville, you keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone, then. Much good it may do you, much good it has done you.
There are a great many things from which I might have derived good, from which I have not profited, I dare say. Christmas among the rest. But I've always thought of Christmas time when it comes round as a good time, a kindly, forgiving, charitable time. A time when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely to their fellow creatures. And so, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver into my pocket, I do believe that it has done me good. And I say, God bless it.
Not a sound from you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Please don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
Dine? Daylight. But what day? Hello, you there, boy.
Me, sir?
Yes, you, my good fellow. What day is today?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day, of course.
Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits did it all in one night. Well, they can do anything they like. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poulterers in the next street but one, on the corner?
I should hope I did.
Intelligent boy, remarkable boy. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging there?
What, the one as big as me?
Delightful boy. Pleasure talking to him. Yes, the one as big as you.
It's hanging there now.
Well, go and buy it. Yes, go and buy it and bring them round so that I may tell them where to deliver it. Come back with the man, I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown. I must dress myself. So much to do. I don't want to lose any time. I was light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Merry Christmas to everybody, and a Happy New Year to the world!
Anonymous, you said?
That's what he said, an anonymous gentleman.
Well, who could have sent it?
I have no idea.
Perhaps it's a mistake.
That's what I thought.
It's got our name and address on it, though. What should we do then?
I say we cook it and eat it
and have the best Christmas feast we've ever had in our lives.
And I say, Mrs. Cratchit, what a splendid idea.
And God bless us all, everyone.
And God bless us all, everyone.
Fred,
Uncle Ebenezer.
may I come in?
Yes, come in. Please.
Thank you.
Do come in.
Good afternoon, madam. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, this is my wife, Janet. Janet, this is Uncle Ebenezer.
It's a pleasure.
More like a surprise, wouldn't you say?
Well, that too.
Well, that's quite true. Quite honestly, it is a surprise. When we spoke yesterday, you made it quite clear, it seemed to me, at least, that you had no intention of accepting my annual invitation.
I made other things clear, too, didn't I, Fred? That Christmas was a humbug, a waste of time and money. A false and commercial festival, devoutly to be ignored.
Yes, basically that was it.
Well, I've come for 3 reasons. First, to beg your pardon for the things I said about Christmas. That was a humbug, Fred.
Was it?
I didn't know it then, but I know it now. Secondly, I've come to meet your wife.
Well, here she is.
Yes. And a very beautiful woman she is, too.
Thank you.
I was in love once. Would you believe that?
Yes.
That I possess neither the courage nor the optimism, perhaps the depth of feeling that you two have. Thirdly, if the invitation to dine with you today is still in force, I accept.
Of course it's still in force. Hurrah! I was sure that one day.
You were sure, were you? Well, apparently you were right. Yes, I should like to dine with you and your friends.
You'll be more than welcome.
You like games, don't you?
It's that time. Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is the 3rd installment in National Lampoon's Vacation film series, and it was written by John Hughes. It is based on his short story in National Lampoon magazine, Christmas 59, and the film stars Shirley Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and Randy Quaid. Since its release, Christmas Vacation has been labeled a modern Christmas classic. The movie debuted at number 2 in the box office while grossing $12 million during its opening weekend, right behind Back to the Future 2. It eventually topped the box office charts in its 3rd week and remained number 1 for the following weekend. It went on to gross a total of $71 million and is a very funny film.
Before we begin, since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas, I think she should lead us in the saying of grace.
Oh, great.
What, dear?
Grace!
Grace. She passed away 30 years ago.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Catherine, this turkey tastes half as good as it looks. I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Why are you crying? Huh?
I told you we put it in too early.
Oh, it's just a little dry. It's fine.
I told you.
Shh, shh. Mom, don't move. We can't let it get out of the living room. Where's Eddie? He usually eats these goddamn things.
Oh, not recently, Clark. He read the squirrels were high in cholesterol.
Thank you, Catherine. I'll try and trap it. Russ!
We're here, Dad.
Oh, there you are. Go get the hammer.
Clark, what do you need a hammer for?
I'm gonna catch it in the coat, smack it with the hammer.
I'm going in with him. Nora? Nora?
Is he gone?
Probably got scared and ran back into the tree.
You just march right over there and slug that creep in the face.
I can't just attack someone.
All right, then. If you're not man enough to put an end to this shit, then I am.
Ah!
This film stars Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister, a boy who is mistakenly left behind when his family flies to Paris for their Christmas vacation. Kevin initially relishes being home alone, but soon he has to contend with two would-be burglars played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Culkin was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. After its release, Home Alone became the highest-grossing live-action comedy of all time. It is still the highest-grossing Christmas movie at the North American box office when you adjust for inflation. Here's a montage of some of the more famous scenes.
I made my family disappear.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The Santa Claus was directed by John Pasquin. It's the first installment of the Santa Claus trilogy, and it stars Tim Allen as Scott Calvin, an ordinary man who accidentally causes Santa Claus to fall from his roof on Christmas Eve. When he and his young son Charlie finish St. Nick's trip and deliveries, they go to the North Pole, where Scott learns that he must permanently become the new Santa and convince those that he loves that he is indeed Father Christmas. This was Pasquin and Allen's first movie collaboration after they both worked together on the TV series Home Improvement. Pasquin and Allen would also work on the current TV show Last Man Standing. The Santa Claus grossed over $189 million worldwide. The film, which is now over 20 years old, has become a Christmas classic. ABC Family and AMC play the movie numerous times through the holiday season, always with record ratings.
What?
I heard a clatter.
What, Charlie?
There, a clatter.
Charlie, what are you talking about?
I don't know, it came a big noise. It's coming from outside.
Charlie, it's just the wind or something. Come on, let's go back to bed. Somebody's on the roof.
Maybe it's Santa.
Not now, Charlie. I want you to sit here, and I want you to stay right there.
Hey, you! What's that? Oh! Whoa, whoa!
Woohoo! Hey, buddy. All right. You should just stay still. Perfect.
You got him!
Charlie, stay where you are. Charlie, would you listen to me? Stay up there.
It is Santa. You killed him.
Did not. And he's not Santa.
Well, he was.
He's got some ID on him, I bet. Fella, if you can hear me, I'm just looking for identification. Once you figure out who you are, I'll give you a lift back to the mall. If something should happen to me, put on my suit. The reindeer will know what to do. Yeah, right.
He disappeared. Whoa.
Reindeer up on the roof. Santa suit laying on the ground. Guy fell. Not my fault. Reindeer on the roof. That is hard to explain.
It's the ladder.
Where the hell did this come from?
Look here, Dad. The Rose Suchik Ladder Company.
Huh?
Out by the roof, there's a Rose Suchik ladder. Just like the poem.
It's like the poem. Charlie, come on down from there. Charlie, get down from there!
Dad! You gotta see this!
Don't touch anything.
It's great!
I'm just gonna call the police. I'll carry this stuff up there, let them deal with it, okay? Whoa. This guy was huge.
Dad, isn't this neat?
Charlie, stay away from those things. They're reindeer. You don't know where they've been. They all look like they've got key Lyme disease. Oof, easy, Rudolph.
me, Comet.
Dad, check out Santa's sleigh.
There's no such thing as Santa's sleigh.
Sure there is. You said you believed in Santa, right?
I did? I do.
What about the reindeer? These are Santa's reindeer, aren't they?
I hope not. These are, a gift. Merry Christmas. Now, hop out of it, please.
I don't want to go.
Listen, Shirley, I'm not kidding. Let's go!
Yeah, let's go!
Elf stars Will Ferrell, James Caan, Mary Steenburgen, Ed Asner, and Bob Newhart. The story is about one of Santa's elves, Will Ferrell, who learns of his true identity as a human and goes to New York City to meet his biological father, spreading Christmas cheer in a world of cynics as he goes. The film received positive reviews from the critics and earned $220 million worldwide on only a $33 million budget. Now, I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan, but I did like this movie.
Santa.
It's me, buddy! It's me!
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
It's me! Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
Why, of course I am.
Well, if you're Santa, what song did I sing for you on your birthday this year?
Happy birthday, of course. So, how old are you, son?
4.
You're a big boy. What's your name?
Paul.
And what can I
Paul,
get you for Christmas?
Don't tell him what you want. He's a liar.
Let the kid talk.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
Just cool it, Zippy.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Look, I'm not kidding.
You're a fake.
I'm a fake?
Yes.
How'd you like to be dead? Huh? No, he's kidding.
You stink.
I think you're gonna have a good Christmas, all
You
right?
smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa.
Okay.
Oh! He's a monster! He's a fake! He's a fake! He's a fake! He's not Santa Claus!
The Polar Express is based on a 1985 children's book of the same title. It was written, produced, and directed by Robert Zemeckis, and the film features human characters animated using a live-action performance capture technique. The film stars Tom Hanks in 6 distinct roles. The spectacular visual effects and performance capture were done at Sony Picture Imageworks, and the film was made on a budget of $165 million, which was a record-breaking sum for an animated feature at the time. The studio first released the film in both conventional and IMAX 3D theaters on November 10, 2004, and it ultimately grossed $307 million worldwide.
Look! Get us the blazes out of here!
yours! It's my ticket!
All right, keep up with me. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left.
Oh no!
Right. Brace yourselves.
Well, that's more like it.
Now, what would you like for Christmas?
Me.
You? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The first gift of Christmas!
At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell. But as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound. Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly believe.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Christmas is all around me.
Love Actually was written and directed by Englishman Richard Curtis. It features an ensemble cast including Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, Laura Linney, Keira Knightley, and Emma Thompson, many of whom had worked with Curtis in previous film and television projects. The story begins 5 weeks before Christmas and is played out in a weekly countdown until the holiday. It was a huge box office success, grossing almost $247 million on a budget of only $45 million. Mark is the best man at his friend's wedding, but he hides the fact that he is secretly in love with the bride, Juliet, played by Keira Knightley. In this scene on Christmas Eve, Mark cannot hold back his love for Juliet and decides to confess at her front door. In the second scene, a young boy learns to play the drums so he can show his love to the lead singer in a Christmas pageant. Also, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Hugh Grant, connects with his assistant backstage.
Oh, hi.
Who is it?
It's carol singers.
Well, give him a quid and tell him to bugger off.
Oh
thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
So not quite as secret as we'd hoped.
What do we do now?
Smile. Little bow. And away.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just
like the ones I used to know,
where the treetops glisten
where the treetops glisten
and children listen.
and children